So this is what happens when you reverse into a wooden post that looks like this. Yeah, it leaves a nasty long crease like this one here. But the great thing is, using an amazing technique called paintless dent removal, I was able to transform this damage to look like this, using no filler and no paint. If you're interested to see this process, keep watching and I'll show you how it works.
Hi everyone, it's Jacob from First Shot Dents, and today we're going to be looking at a challenging repair I did on this BMW 318i tailgate. So the fence post left a clean sharp crease running along this panel, which almost looks like it's part of the shape. But if we look at the other side of this panel, you can clearly see that it's supposed to be flat. It's approximately 500mm long, and if we look at the section above the light, we have quite a large crown here highlighted in red. We also have these tight little dents highlighted here in blue at the edge of the panel. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into this repair and I'll show you how it was done.
As I'm going to work this dent from both sides, I need to get access to the rear of this panel. Therefore, I need to remove the inner trim panel. This involves dismantling several parts to expose the various screws that hold this trim in place. The screws are then removed along with a boot closure switch. All the trims are then carefully removed, and I'm also removing the near side rear light, as it will give me a great access point for my dent removal tools. So just before I get started, let's just have a quick review of the damage under the LED light. And as you can see, this crease is deep. Now the cleanest way to start a dent like this is with some glue pulling, so I'm going to start off with some Keco centipede tabs. Unlike regular glue tabs, these are longer and have been specifically engineered for large damage like this. Using a special collision glue, these centipede tabs are glued directly into the damage, and then I can connect the slide-on adapter and apply some pulling force using my homemade DIY pulling system. Using some alcohol solution, the glue is easily removed from the panel. Now a very tight crease like this requires a lot of force to start moving this metal, and it can take several attempts to pull something like this out. The benefit of using a system like this is that it pulls the damage out cleanly, and whilst the crease is being pulled out and is under tension, it allows me to tap around the areas of the damage to release any pressure, which helps the metal flow back into shape. It's unbelievable how much force you can apply just using this hot glue. Using my special PDR light here, it allows me to see all the high and low areas in detail. A quick review shows me that although some of this tight crease has started to move, there is still lots more work to be done. So I continue on gluing the centipede tabs on the panel and applying more force. Next I need to finish the repair by going in behind the panel with my PDR tools. So a quick review shows us that about 60 to 70% has been pulled out, so now it's time to manipulate this dent from behind. I'm choosing this standard PDR bar and I'm applying a small amount of tape to soften the pushes. Going up inside this panel, I'm applying plenty of heat to keep the paint soft, and I'm using the tip of this tool to carefully move along this sharp crease. I'm gradually lifting it up and I'm using my Knockdown to tap down any areas that have come up too high. This can be a really slow process as you need to work with pinpoint accuracy. Luckily there is really good access behind this panel, so I'm able to get cleanly on the back of these creases. Using my light with the LED strips, it allows me to see accurately the movement of my tool behind the panel, so I know I'm pushing in the right place. Now I'm moving over to the left side of this crease, which is probably the most tightest part as it's very close to the edge of the panel. Here I have to apply a lot of force to get the metal to move. Luckily there is a nice wiring loom hole at the side of this panel here, which gives me great access into this tight section. Once the sharp low areas have been lifted up at the bottom edge, I can start to tackle the large outward bulge. To remove this, I'm using a Knockdown with a standard rubber tip on the end, and here you can see the metal flowing back into shape nicely. Now this view shows me using the number plate or license plate light fixing hole for access, as it gives me a good viewpoint to see and work on this crease. Okay, now I'm on to the last 10% of this repair. Here I'm using some sharper metal tips to bring up all the micro low spots on the panel, and you can already see that the panel is almost back to its original shape. I've also sharpened my tap down to a super fine point to address all the sharp high spots on the surface of the panel. Here you can see I'm blending the surface of the panel back in with the texture of the original paint finish. Now that the repair is complete, I give the panel a final polish to remove any marks left behind from the glue pulling and the PDR process, and also to give the panel a super shine to make it look as good as new. And after all that hard work, here is the final result. As you can see, the panel has been totally transformed. That nasty long horizontal crease and the outward bulge have completely gone. All done with the power of paintless dent removal. If you enjoyed watching this repair and want to see more repairs like this, feel free to check out many other videos like this on my YouTube channel. But for now, I really appreciate you watching and I hope to see you on the next one.